Okay, let's be honest. Are you avoiding speaking up sometimes because you don't like the sound of your own voice? Perhaps you even avoid recording a voicemail because you can't stand listening to yourself back. After recording an audio or a video, people are faced with the reality of what they really sound like to others. And they usually say, "Oh my God, do I really sound like that?" The answer is yes. That's what other people hear when you speak. But don't panic. Your speaking voice and sound can change. As a holistic voice coach with a master's degree in voice production, I deal with these types of issues all day, every day. So relax and settle in, because today I'm going to help you improve the sound of your speaking voice with 3 effective exercises. Stay tuned. Q&A Tuesday, all your voice questions answered. Hi, I'm Elisa James, founder of the Voice of Confidence public speaking course, and I help people look, feel, and sound more confident and competent on stage, on podcast, and on camera. Today we're going to dive right in to improving the sound of your voice so you can feel more confident about the way you sound when you speak. Tip number 1, record and analyze. The best way to do this is with a voice memo recorder on your phone. So I want you to grab your phone right now and grab a pen and a paper also to write notes. This is what we're going to do. Step 1. First, simply read a passage from a book into the phone for 1 minute. We're going to analyze that shortly. Step 2. This time, I want you to record again for 1 minute, but this time just speaking off the cuff. No preparation. Just talk about anything that comes to mind for 1 minute. Are you ready? Go. Now feel free to pause the video while you're recording. Okay? Off you go. Why are you still here? Go. Go do your recording. I'll see you in a sec. Made it. Okay, now that you've done those 2 exercises, you're going to now listen to them both back and write some notes. The very first place that we're going to start is with the reading passage. Have a listen to your recording for the following things. Does your voice sound raspy or croaky? Or perhaps weak and airy? Is the pitch too low or too throaty? Perhaps it's a little hard to understand or follow. I want you to listen to it a few times with your eyes closed and write down then what you hear. Now, let's listen to the second recording. This time we're listening for different things, like this. Do you ramble? Are you using filler words like one of those a lot? Or are you articulate and clear sounding? Do you sound pleasant or not? Or worse, does it sound boring and flat? If you need some help with getting quality feedback on your speaking voice, play the recordings to a friend or a colleague and ask them to write down some of those descriptives as well. It's always good to get someone else's opinion as to what you could improve. Tip number 2, playing opposites. Our voice is like a musical instrument. A piano, for example, has 88 keys that make beautiful sounds from high pitches to low pitches. Our instrument doesn't have quite so many notes, but we can use at least 8 to 12 notes easily when we speak, which makes our voice sound very interesting. So if you're only using 1 or 2 notes, it's going to sound very dull and boring when you speak. So let's play with some opposites now to find out some more interesting and engaging ways to speak for you. For instance, if you heard in your recording 1 or 2 that your pitch was too high-pitched, try the opposite. Try a much lower pitch and feel and hear the difference that would make when you speak. If you felt that your voice was too tight sounding and you were squeezing your sound, I want you to go the other way and make it more open sounding by adding more airflow. Try a completely opposite approach of what you heard in your recordings. Another problem that I hear a lot is someone sounding a bit too nasally when they're speaking. It sounds a little bit too much in the nose, and when it sounds in the nose, it's going to make you sound like you're a little bit overly posh, or maybe you're not interested at all in what the other person is saying. In that case, you are giving your listener a very bad first impression. If you're too nasally, you want to make the sound more oral, more sounds out of the mouth. So listen back to your recordings, write your descriptives, and then I want you to try the exact opposite of what you heard. Tip number 3, Goldilocks airflow. Do you remember the children's story Goldilocks and the 3 bears? Inside the cottage there were 3 bowls of porridge. One bowl was too hot, the other one was too cold, but the third one was just right. Now this is one of the most important elements of a balanced speaking voice. It's something that a lot of people don't really think about when they're speaking, and that's airflow. Airflow causes the magic in the sound, and this is what I mean. If I actually stop the airflow completely or partially and try to hold it back, you'll hear that I get a very squeezed and tight sound. If I'm trying to speak or sing like that, and believe me, I hear this a lot, there's literally not enough airflow flowing through the vocal folds. The more airflow we have flowing through the vocal folds makes it sound aesthetically pleasing. If the air is too little, it's not flowing. The more airflow we have, the more relaxed and pleasing our voice becomes. Now this takes a little time and practice, but anyone can use good balanced airflow. Anyone, guaranteed. If you found this video helpful today, please share with your friends and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. See you then. If you're interested in improving the way that you speak and communicate, check out my next video, How to Improve Your Communication Skills. I look forward to seeing you there.